guys, when you hit refresh handbook, that maintenance agreements will pop up with every single task that we add to a customer's invoice. This is the best opportunity to present it when you're adding, okay? And what I would do if you're doing your price book in the truck before you go into the house, I would add the maintenance agreement to every single service call, and then expecting clients are going to buy it. So when you go in there, you can explain the benefit of the maintenance agreement and then let the customer tell you that they don't want it. Offer it to everybody and let people back out. Let's assume everybody wants the maintenance agreement, and whoever doesn't want it could actually tell us, I'm sorry, I don't want it. But you have to explain the benefits by going through and talking about the maintenance. Now, here's the rule, guys. On big jobs, okay, and we're talking about channel leaders here, when you're selling the larger repairs, every single customer should get a maintenance agreement, and they should get a lifetime or a 10-year maintenance agreement with every single big job. The reason for that is because the discount on the big job is so much greater than what the maintenance agreement costs. So it's a no-brainer to actually give the client or offer and put in the maintenance agreement with every big job. At last all-team meeting, we had a presentation, and David is doing a presentation on how many service agreements are sold company-wide and who's selling them, pulling it out, and he's putting it on the all-team meeting. Now, we're going to start presenting awards, okay, annually for the maintenance agreements, the highest maintenance agreement salesperson. So what we need to do is we need to actually offer them so we can actually get credit for them, okay? Now, if you're in Phoenix, we have a maintenance agreement that also covers HVAC as well. So Mike and the guys in Phoenix, you guys have one maintenance agreement that has everything included. And the plumbing only ones, guys, if you're doing a $77 drain, you're doing a $300 plumbing job, there's a $79 maintenance agreement, which is a 1 year. Those customers should be at least getting the 1 year maintenance because, again, the savings on the maintenance agreement would be greater than, let's say, the water heater or the $500, $700, $800 job you're doing, the maintenance agreement. But Ken, you sold, I believe you and Nick sold the most maintenance agreements. Can you tell me how you offer the maintenance agreement when you're at the home with the client, selling a big job?
What I do is I put the maintenance agreement into the task, and then from that point, I explain to the customer that normally you need to have this membership before you get the discount. But what I'm going to go ahead and do for you today is apply this membership and then look at the savings that you're getting at the bottom end of it. So the price of the membership is absorbed into the discounts already. So you're basically not even paying for it when it breaks it down on all your tasks or on your miscellaneous task or manager discount. So then I go into the explanation of the benefits of it, the priority scheduling and the savings in the future. And we come out once a year and we flush out your water heater at no charge for you to remove the sediment. But the best part about it is that they love the savings. Who doesn't want to save money right now? And so they say, okay, that's fine. And that's how I do it. And the great part about it is that we get second opportunity a year from now, or when we're slow, they're a member, we go back out there and we get more sales. I've seen it. It's proven to work. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, thank you, Ken. What I like most about how you're doing it is the way you present it and how you said usually, or, you're supposed to be a member before you get the discount. However, I'm going to go ahead and apply the discount with the membership today. I think that's genius. It does two things. Number one, it's showing the customer that you're actually doing something for them, that you care about the discount, you want to get them the savings. Okay, that's number one, what it does. It puts in front of the customer that, hey, I care about you. So normally you're supposed to have this to get the discount, but I'm going to give you the discount with the membership today. I think that was a huge nugget that I got. I wasn't presenting it that way, but I could see how that would actually increase the amount of sales. Ken, let me ask you a question. Now, what if the customer is a senior and now they have a senior discount as well and they're getting a membership? The membership typically has about a 10%. I think it's 5% off of replacements and 10% off of service. Do you apply at that point a 20% saving, 15?
I try to get my prices going up a little bit higher in order to get to where I need to be, whether I add something at no charge or what, or in order to get my price to be right where it's at, not a 20% saving. The most is probably, depending on what type of work we're doing. If we're out there doing a $25,000 job or what, then normally it's going to be like a $32,000 job. It's the seed that I try to plant. The whole thing is to get back into the customer's house again.
Right, and identify them as a customer that spends money with us.
Exactly, and create our customer database. It's going to be a huge thing down the line.
So what this also does, it increases the repeat customer ratio as well. The prices that are adjusted right now in the book, so I don't know if Aldo is on the line, but typically we use the member price as our guideline of what the pricing should be, right? And then all other customers typically pay 5 or 10% more than members do. And that's what gives us the ability to adjust it downward to the member savings. It's absolutely genius the way you're doing it, especially the way you're presenting it. I love the way you're presenting it because you're showing customers that I'm doing something for you. So guys, the reason why we want members, number one, we want to get the guys out in front of customers, okay, one extra time a year without the customer calling us. The number one, flush their water heater, do a home inspection, crawl under the house, and have another opportunity to go in the house and prevent a major disaster that might happen. That's number one. Number two, if you've left any recommendations or anything, this is the best time to remind customers, right? When we're back in their house to go, hey, Mrs. Jones, when we were out here last, you chose option number 2 or option number 6, and we were looking at it, you chose option number 6. You could run a camera one more time, see if the problem's getting worse. Okay, this is a great time, okay, to have the client perhaps pick one of the options you left when you were last time out there, okay, a better option. So guys, start presenting it. It's popping up, and I know what a lot of you are doing. You're just Xing out of it. You're not even showing the customer. It's not up to you if you want them to buy it or not. It's up to them if they want to buy it or not. So your job is to put it in front of them, explain it, and then it's their job to say no or yes or maybe. Now, if anybody has any questions for Ken, now's the best time to ask, or questions about the maintenance agreement.
Yeah, this is Mario out of San Jose. I think it's a good opportunity, but also because a lot of our shops are starting to raise up technicians that are on hourly basis. So this will be a good opportunity to activate those hourly basis technicians to go ahead and go back to the customers' houses, help them get more qualified or trained, at the same time get them back in there, because I know when we go back to calls like this, it might not generate additional income, but at least we're getting a second opportunity to get in front of the client. It also helps the guys that are running on commission and keep on running, and helping those guys that are hourly to go ahead and focus on these sales things.
By the way, guys, if you are on an hourly basis, okay, the commission for selling these go on of your hourly amount. Let's go over the pay on these maintenance agreements. And if you're a channel, you're selling it, you get a direct pay on the maintenance agreement as well. Okay, so let's talk about the money now. A lifetime maintenance agreement, $80. Okay, if you sell a lifetime maintenance agreement, which is $379, you get direct pay to your check. Whoever sells it, it's $80. Tech sells it, he gets the $80. Okay, on a club plan, okay, that goes directly, okay, on top of your check. It's not part of commission. So Mario, thanks for bringing that up. You're getting your 7, 8, 9, 10% commission, or whatever your commission rate is. This is way above that. So you're better off selling a maintenance agreement and getting a higher pay on the maintenance agreement than your usual 7, 8, 9, or 10 that you usually get. Now, as a technician, again, it's more beneficial if you sell a maintenance agreement. You're an hourly guy, you get direct commission on the maintenance. So we should be selling this for every single job. Now, what's going to happen, guys, is the call center is going to go through a training on how to plant the seed for the maintenance agreement. So we haven't done this yet, but this is part of the plan. The call center on the phone will be mentioning, don't forget to ask our service technician or our plumber about the maintenance agreement. It'll help you save money. That's all they're going to say. It'll help you save money. Now, if they're mentioning it and you're not offering it, then the customers are probably going to wonder why. So as soon as we activate that, guys, that's going to actually be something that's going to help plant the seed. So any other questions, comments?
This is Nick. For a technician or channel, it's a great tool to slow yourself down and to use it as a gateway to get into the entire plumbing system. What we're doing right now is just checking the history as we go to the call. And if there's nothing showing on any of the previous invoices that there's a service plan, when we arrive to the call, as we knock on the door and we start to enter, we'll let them know that we looked in the notes and we've seen that they don't have a maintenance agreement. And then we'll just carry on with taking care of the service call. But that's starting to plant the seed to get it going. Then when the time comes up to present it, you can either use key components in it. If I have a tenant-landlord situation, I'll focus on the multiple site coverage. If I have somebody that maybe we can't get a decision maker on site at the time just for a drain clearing, then I'll use double the warranty. So now it gives us a shot to come back with the decision maker. But if you can test drive it for them and give them a maintenance and do the walkthrough without even selling them one, but just showing them what it is to flush out their water heater, to go check all their gas shutoff valves, to check their angle stops, to check their flush valves, to check everything in the home. If you do that for them and they see the true value in it, at the end of the day, they're going to buy it, because the type of people that want this, it's like a Costco membership, and there's just a flock of people out there that won't be without it. And when they have this maintenance agreement and you perform that maintenance the first time at no charge, it slows you down. It's going to take you 30 to 45 minutes to flush out a water heater. It gives you ample time to get to know your customer. Maybe you miss something, you're doing it at the end of the call and you start to learn something more about them. And with it just opens up more avenues to spend a little bit more time and to get into more of the plumbing. It's just a great tool all around. And when we start to look at it for the value that it is for us, you'll start to sell it that way to the customer, and a lot of people are going to jump on it.
Again, all the benefits, mentioning it, multiple sites, and everything else that it offers. Is there any questions for Nick? Can anybody have any comments about the maintenance agreement? Does anybody not have access or know where to go get it? It's not popping up on their tablets.
This is Robert down in San Diego. When we add that maintenance agreement task to the invoice and say, like you asked, if they're seniors, are we honoring that senior agreement with the maintenance agreement, or is it either or? Do we explain to them that the maintenance agreement is essentially the senior military discount with added benefits and it's a better value for you? How are we doing this?
Yeah, you're offering both. So our pricing that's in the book, right now we're making the adjustments, and this is the best time, guys, to make the adjustments based on the maintenance agreements as well. Because Aldo is taking all of the prices in the book, the ones that are too low, the ones that are too high, the ones that we don't have, and he's adding them all in the book. So if there's any tasks in there, okay, that is too low because bring the 15% military discount and the 5%, then this is the best time to make that adjustment. Let him know, and he will actually make the adjustment. We're giving both discounts if they're buying the maintenance agreement.
Roger that.
So the maintenance agreement, when you're selling it, make sure that it's increasing, that it's adding on top of the job, and then you have to be showing the discount.
I have a question for you. Can we start putting this into the dispatch notes that they are a member for future reference?
It should be automatically doing that, Ken. I will check on it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, here's topic number 2 I want to talk about. We talked at the all-team meeting and showed everybody what are some of the compliance items that are necessary. And here is the item that we're not seeing most, guys, when we're actually doing the audit. Adequate description of work, that's number 1. And this says change orders. That we're not seeing. Everybody, I want to talk about what everyone's doing really well. The waiver, John B., are you on the phone? Is Bergeron on the phone?
Yeah, I'm here.
Does the X mean that it's not there, or the X means it's there?
The X means it's a violation. It's not there, or it's wrong.
The X means that it's a violation. So most of our jobs don't have the waiver of the 3-day right to cancel on there. That's the number 1 violation on all contracts over $3,000. I'm looking at the last audits done for just 11/12 moving forward. I got 14 out of 16 jobs did not have the 3-day right to cancel filled out. Now, either the form's not filled out correctly or it's not filled out at all. Now, here's the right way to fill out that form. First of all, start the form. There's a start date and there's a completion date of the job. You have to click on the date and you have to click the date you're starting the job, which should be the day that you sold the job and the date that the job will. That means if the job has to get inspected inspection, and inspection is going to take 2 weeks, a month, whatever it is, you put that date as the estimated completion date, okay, of the entire project. That's number one. Two, you scroll down where it says waiver of the right to cancel, where a customer actually waives the right to cancel. You need to put the date the customer has up into to waive the right to cancel. That means that if the customer 3 days to cancel the job, you started the job on Thursday, so it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday is the date that's the last day they have to cancel the job. So it has to be Saturday's date on there. Now, they don't sign the waiver. If they sign the waiver, if they sign the right to cancel, that means they've canceled the job that you're not even supposed to start. So make sure they don't sign that one, but you put the 3 days from the day you're starting to let them know when the clock is, when it's over. You understand? That's number two. But they do not sign that. Then they go to the waiver of the right to cancel. You put today's date in their own writing. They have to tell you why they're waiving the right to cancel. That means, hey, I'm waiving my right to cancel because, I want this job to start right away. My toilets don't flush. My water heater is out. I need water. I don't have any hot water. Whatever it is, they have to put their own words. You could type it in, write down their own words, let them type it in, whatever it is in their own words. And then that's the one they sign. That's the one they sign. That says, I've waived my right to cancel. Going down on that form, there's 3 questions we're asking customers. Were you adequately explained what we're doing? I think I'm going off of memory, so it's not 100%. Yes or no? Yes, I was. Were you offered options? Yes or no? Yes, I was offered options. If there was no options, guys, if this is a step and this is the only solution for the problem, then it's okay to put no, I wasn't offered options, because this was a step. If you understand what the difference is between a step and an option, if it's a step, then you could put no, right? This one, the third one, you have to answer. Do you want to run this by any family members, friends, family, neighbor, whatever? Yes or no? Was I given? And if they say no, they have to hit no, and then they sign that one as well, guys. This is the form that we do not know how to fill out. And some of our channels out there, which we shouldn't be doing this, but we are having the technicians fill out the contract. Now, if there's no HIS license, okay, then the person is not allowed to fill out the contract. You're allowing the tech to fill out the contract. Now, number one, plumbers, technicians, you guys are not allowed to sell jobs over $3,000 or even over $1,000. You got to get your channel involved every single job, okay? Especially if you don't have an HIS license. This is the number one form that's not being filled out. Number two, biggest violation, okay, before and after pictures and camera videos of the sewer line. This is the number two biggest violation. Now, we explained that if you go to the tablet and you hit the camera button on the left-hand side bottom or the video button on the left-hand side bottom, and you choose the option to take the video into Service Titan, then you could upload up to a 6-minute video. You can actually have the technician hold the tablet onto the camera screen and video that line. So there's that option to video right into Service Titan. You understand? Camera, photos, same thing. You don't have to make the video onto a USB cord or onto your tablet and try to upload it. Video it right into Service Titan. Right into Service Titan. Camera, before and after pictures. As many pictures as you can take is necessary. I was in arbitration yesterday, guys, with a customer that wanted a free $45,000 job. They wanted it for nothing. They wanted it for free. We had pictures. We had before and after pictures. We had everything. The only thing we didn't have, video of the situation of her house before we started the job, because the house was an absolute wreck. The roof was leaking for the last 5 years, all around the roof, everywhere. And because we didn't have a video of the way the house was before we started the job, the customer said we did all of that to the house. Now, I think we proved the case with the pictures we had, but man, we would have taken this through the finish line without a problem if the channel leader had videotaped the roof and all of the leaks and all the stains and all of the damage that was inside the house before we started the job. Now, this was a roofing job. We replaced the roof on a customer's home because we're General B contractors in the state of California. So in this particular case, we sold a $45,000 roof. We did an incredible job. We had the before and after pictures. Client did not want to pay. We went through arbitration. Now, because we didn't have that video, now it's iffy if we're gonna win the case or not. We would have won with no problems if we had a video. Now, same thing with sewer lines. People are telling us the line didn't need to be replaced. Guys, come on, let's take a video of the line, show the roots, show the problems. This is gonna help us. It's gonna help you. I'm telling you why you should do it. So these are the two biggest violations. 3-day right to cancel form not filled out right, videos, and before and after pictures. Now, here's the fourth biggest violation, HIS license. Okay, we got people without HIS licenses filling out contracts. So this is a big problem. If you're a channel leader and you don't have an HIS license and you don't know what I'm talking about, shame on us for not letting you know or not letting your operations leader know how important it is. We have to get that paperwork filled out. You understand? We got to get it filled out, and you got to get your HIS license number on the contract. It needs to be on the contract. Here's the fifth biggest violation. Permits. I got out of 16 jobs, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that don't have permits. Guys, if you have a $3,000 job, guess what the first thing that arbitrator at CSLB asked when we went yesterday? Where is the permits? Okay, lady said the job was done bad. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. Now, you know what he asked her? He said, well, the inspector signed off on it, didn't he? She goes, yeah, he signed off on it, but I think they paid the inspector. This is what she's telling the arbitrator. They were outside and they paid the inspector, okay, to pass the job. And when it was our turn to talk, I go, Your Honor, it's illegal to pay an inspector to pass a job. And by the way, on a roof, they do a pre-inspection. So they go out there and look at the roof, okay, the wood, before we put it down to make sure that it's not rotted. And she said we put the roof on rotted wood. It's not possible because they did a pre-inspection. He goes, you're right. That's how it works at CS. I know, because he was a contractor before, so he knew. So I'm hoping we won that case. But guys, permits are so important because they're looking out for it. But here's the violations that CSLB is looking out for. Number 1, elder abuse. They're looking for elder abuse. Number 2, permits. Number 3, they're looking for an HIS license. And then number 4, they're looking for flaws in the contract. 10% down or $1,000 bucks. The progress payments. You can't get 100% of the job before it's over. I know some channels try to get, the money in and you're trying to get paid on the job and you're going, hey, I got full payment on the job. It's not even done. That's a violation, guys. You cannot collect more than 90% of the job until it's completely done, meaning that it passed inspection. Here's the last most violation is that the customer signature is not readable. Now, this particular customer we went to arbitration with, she told everybody that she did not sign or give authorization for the job. She completely said and denied that she gave the okay to do the job. Said, I did not give the authorization for the job. I did not give my consent. I did not give my consent. And she kept saying this. Even though her signature was on the job, she kept saying that. And luckily, in this case, it was a PACE job, and they recorded this lady giving authorization verbally on the phone. I played this for the arbitrator, the recording. So she could not get out of that one, but that's what she was talking about before when she didn't want to pay for the job. She told John Bergeron and everybody that she came across that I never gave authorization for the job. They just showed up and started doing the work. So guys, this is what customers do. The best way for us to protect ourselves is to make sure we don't have violations. Now, John B. is on the state licensing board. His name is on the corporation. His name, William Byerman, the license holder's name. And these guys are going to lock out anybody that does not do the stuff that we talked about, December 2. I do not want that to happen. And this is the only way they know how to protect themselves from not going to jail. Now, I don't blame them because I'm also in that boat as well. If something bad happens, they're going to go to the leaders of the company and they're actually going to try to make it look like the leaders of the company are not doing their job. So in order for you not to be locked out of Service Titan, to be able to sign contracts, you have to make sure that your contracts have this. And the deadline he put on is December 2. So let's do our part and let's get the contracts done properly. I'm going to unmute it if there's questions, concerns. Let's go ahead and address that. But, let's make sure that we get all of this done, okay?
I have a question, John. Epoxy coating. From my experience, we've had people go to multiple cities. There is no permit needed for it as of now.
You're right about that, Ken. I don't think epoxies require a permit. Okay, for now, they're going to eventually require it. That is a correction we will have to make if we've marked off no permit, but it will eventually require it.
Yeah, I get that part, yeah. But as of right now, we pull permits on pools, repairs, and stuff like that, but epoxy coating, we don't.
Yeah,
Unless we got to dig up a clean out or something. Then I'll pull a permit.
With a clean out install or with a replacement of a sewer line, then that one needs a permit. That's a great question. Thank you for asking. Would it be helpful for us to create a 5-minute or 3-minute video on how to fill it out?
It would be helpful if we could upload it to our Service Titan for the guys that are just starting, like a tutorial on it, just like we did at the all-team meeting, and have it there, like a YouTube thing that's on Service Titan, explaining every step of the way so that we could always go back and reference it.
It'll be done this week. Everybody will have access to that video, and there should be no reason why you don't know how to fill it out.
Hey, John. This is Julio S. from North Bay. I got a question. How about when the owner doesn't live on the house, only the tenant? How can we get the proof, like his signature?
Have the tenant sign. Have the tenant sign and put down, signing on behalf of the owner. And then here's another thing you can do. Have your logistics coordinator call the owner and get a recorded statement that he gave authorization for the work. Now, not only can the logistics do this, so can anybody in the call center do it as well. But you might want to be on the while they're doing this, okay? And we can upload customer, conversation service type on the call. So I would say if it's a tenant, have the tenant sign on behalf of the owner. And then on top of that, get the owner you have to call the owner. We have to do the click to dial. When we do the click to dial, then we can have a conversation with the authorization.
Okay.
I got a question. So if I'm just thinking about what we have on that sheet right now, and when are we going to determine on the second, are we going to go back to these ones that are already been said that they're not being any compliant? Is going to affect that December 2nd shutdown? Or how are you going to make that determining factor on December the 2nd? Are we supposed to clean up all these other ones that we have? What is that procedure?
Don't worry about going back and opening up, having conversations with clients on the ones going back. Fix it moving forward, and if we're going to go back, it might go back a week, but it's not going to go back, to the beginning of time. So fix it today.
Okay.
I mean, time. This is the best time.
That's what I'm getting at. So on December 2nd, if we have somebody that has an unreadable signature and didn't print their name next to that signature, will a man be shut down? And I just want clarity on that so everybody understands that, because when that happens at the end of the month, we'll be closing that month at the same time, and we may be collecting money. I want to make sure that everybody understands that on that date, we're going to do an audit, right, for the last week, and that will determine if you're going to still stay active or you're going to be shut down.
Here's the most important, guys. You get the signature of the client. I sign on a tattoo, and I understand my signature on a tablet looks different than it does when I have a pen in my hand, right? It always looks different. It's never the same. The idea is have them print their name if they can, but to me, that's one of the least more concerning. If you have a signature, if you can print it, you could print it. But I've been in the house with the customer. I know how difficult it is to get somebody to stay within the lines and sign on something. Sometimes it's their first time signing on the tablet. So upon reason, if there's a signature but not printed, and someone's going to lock someone out for that, I don't think that's a reason for it. But make sure you got the videos, make sure you got the change orders, waivers signed right, the HIS licenses on there. These are some of the most important ones. Make sure you have a signature. If you could get them to print it as well, get them to print it.
I'm just using that one as an example. I just want to make sure everybody's clear on that this date, we're going to do an audit on December the 2nd, going back a week. I don't know. We need to know the specifics of that. I want everybody that's on the line from the Bay Area to know, look, collecting money even will be a problem if you don't have the signatures there, and it's out of my control, right? We have to do the right thing each and every time. I think this is so important. What we're doing is we're printing the invoices, we're printing the contracts as well, and we're making sure that there's a printed, uploaded contract. And if we're not doing that, this way we can show it. Also, if ServiceTitan, you could go right through it again with a client. Sometimes I think some of these people think that they feel that they don't understand what they're signing because it's on a tablet, but we print it out. You guys can go over it again. Take the time to go over it again. That's how important it is. And walk through the sales process. That's part of your sales process, to make sure you're taking the time, go through that contract all over again. Any questions? This is all mumbo jumbo to protect you and me, sir. And we're here, we're plumbers. That's what we do. It's just to protect us, and it's what the guidelines we have to follow. And this is what you sign on the iPad. Print it out. Print every single one out. And the guys that in my area know that's what needs to be done. Then take pictures and upload it. We're going to put on 2 seatbelts, right? We're going to make sure we're doubly safe. So I just want to make sure everybody understands. I'm hoping everybody understands that without this, once upon a time, we used to do this all the time anyway. All that's changed is we've added an iPad onto it, right? You must cross every T and dot every I. Get those pictures up there from ServiceTitan. Let's do it right, and let's earn some money and service our clients. It's part of what we need to do, and it's going to make us better, and we're going to get better reviews for it. Go slow to go fast, right? The more you slow down, the faster and the greater the impact you're going to make with your client.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate the, adding that on there, because it is really important. So, guys, here's another. Yesterday when I was there, that client said that we never gave them a signed contract after they signed it. You have to email every time a client signs a contract. You have to email and give them a copy. Channel leaders all have wireless printers in their trucks. You guys should have paper. You should have everything ready. Okay. If not, email the contract. So ServiceTitan logs it every time it's emailed. So when a client says, I never got it, and the email has been sent out, it shows that when they signed it, it got emailed to them. If you do a change order and add more tasks, email it again. $79, email it. $77, email it. $77 turn into $400, email it again. $400 turn into $1,000, email it again. $1,000 turn into one of the options, and it's a $12,000 job, email it again. Customers should get an email every time they're signing, or should get a copy every time they're signing. This is another one that we don't do well, is we're not sending the clients the contract, okay? I'm even getting calls from clients from the back of the business card going, I've never got my invoice. I need my invoice. Technician finished the job. I never got my contract. And it could be a small job even. This is on every job. All right. Any questions? We're all good? Okay. So, guys, we need reviews, okay? Another reminder. So use 3 stars company-wide, and we want to get it up to 4.8 stars. So reviews. On Facebook, guys, if you're on Facebook, your wife is on Facebook, your family members are on Facebook, on Facebook, they allow family, friends, and even employees to leave reviews for the company. Okay, you could go onto Facebook and write down what a great company it is and give it a thumbs up. This will get our Facebook reviews up, okay? This is something that we're doing company-wide, okay? If you do it, I'm offering everybody that goes onto Facebook, leaves a good review. Family, friends, grandmother, my mom's left a good review on Facebook. I've left a good review. All of us could do that. We could instantly take our 4.0 rating on Facebook to 4.8 today if everybody would go in there and leave a good word, okay? So if you're on Facebook, you could go ahead and do that. Help us get to the 4.8 star review rating that we want to get to. Find the Rooter Hero page, like it, go up to reviews, leave a review. Most of the reviews we got on Facebook are driver reviews, people that are driving bad. We get customers that go in there and complain, give us a thumbs down on Facebook. So, all right, may the roads rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine soft upon your face, and may the rain fall soft upon your field. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of his hand. Thank you, guys.